What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Three View. Today, we are joined by Granite City Lumberjacks head coach DJ Vold. How's your summer going?
It's been good. It's been warm. Running after the little ones, recruiting and stuff, but staying busy for sure, and I can't complain.
All right, awesome. So we'll just jump right on into things. You guys had another great year with the Lumberjacks, making it back to the Fraser Cup yet again. What is the secret to maintaining this success, year after year?
Yeah, I think the blueprint was laid even before I joined the organization. So it's just kind of been me picking it up and doing a lot of the same things on some things, but it helps with the consistency and build families and staff and the people around. Everybody understands kind of what direction we're trying to go in and the goals we're trying to achieve. So if we can keep that the same, I like our odds.
And you guys were consistently at the top of the West Division standings throughout the course of the year. How are you able to, maintain that status of being at the top while also having your players, still hungry and still have a high compete level?
Yeah, I mean, week one, we tell them. I mean, we make sure our guys know that every time we play an opponent, we're going to get their best effort, and we have a target on our back. If we are unprepared and not ready to play from opening puck drop, we're probably going to get beat because everybody wants to beat us. That's something we fully understand, something we embrace, and as long as we take that mindset, good things usually happen for us.
And going along the lines of consistency, your team is always known for having depth scoring and being a two-way team. What kind of players do you typically look for to continue this legacy and build your roster?
Yeah, first and foremost, we look for guys who can skate. The game today is really fast, so if you can skate, you can play. From there, you kind of venture off into guys who can make plays with the puck, and then you have to get a few guys who will do what it takes to win and do the things other guys don't want to do, whether it's block shots, make hits, win puck battles. You need those guys to win, so we try and have some of those as well. But we try to keep in mind that we're building a team, not just a group of individuals with the best hockey players. Sometimes you need the right hockey players, and those guys are the hard ones to find. So try and piece it together over the year and find a combination that works for us.
And when we look at the team statistics from last year, you guys had the best overall penalty kill in the league. Is that something that you kind of aim to have at the beginning of the season, or is this something that you kind of focused on as the season went on?
It's to be honest with you, we don't work on it a ton. Because I think the penalty kill is more of an effort based thing, right? You're
Mhm.
one guy down, you're going to have to work a little harder to get pucks out. And um, at, at that point, is keeping the game simple and making sure you make the right decisions.
Mhm.
Obviously, we try to be towards the top every year. Everybody wants to, but um, we work on it a bunch at the beginning of the year and then kind of just brush up on it towards the end of the year when we think we're kind of getting lost or whatever. But it's not something that I would say is a huge focus for us um, because at the end of the day, if you go out and work hard, it's probably going to work out for you.
And when we look at your college commitments from last season, you guys had seven, including a few players going to play ACHA at Lindenwood, and you also had a handful of NCAA D3 commitments as well. As a coach, how does it feel to know that your players are getting the opportunity to play at that next level?
Yeah, I mean it's why guys come here. It's the ultimate goal. If it's not moving up to the NHL or higher levels of junior hockey, it's to play college hockey regardless of the level. Because at that point you're picking a place that you're going to spend 4 years, spend a good chunk of the next portion of your life. So you got to be happy with not only hockey but classes and life away from hockey too. So it's a little bigger decision than choosing where you're going to play hockey. But that's all we hope for every guy that comes here is to have opportunities they like and to be able to take them. So we're really happy for the guys that moved on this year and hopefully that trend stays the same.
And do you think that playing out of Minnesota, the state of hockey, helps in terms of recruiting, getting players in the building, and helping them move on to the next level?
Yeah, I do. I mean, we're in the middle of the Mayak. We've got a D3 school that's 10 miles from us. So we're within driving distance of every Mayak school. You could say the WIAC schools as well. So it helps. The
Mhm.
close proximity helps because it's easier to come see them play. But I mean, we got guys going to Missouri and Utah. So it doesn't necessarily have to be hey, you come here, you stay in Minnesota and play. We're fortunate to have people that'll watch us online or they'll come see us at the showcase and then build relationships from there. So we hope that continues.
And when we look at a player like Patty Dunaski, who's moving on to Concordia, what kind of legacy is he leaving behind to the Lumberjacks program?
I think it's a legacy of flair. It's a legacy of having fun while taking the game seriously and ending up where you want to go. Patty's a kid that I think we'll miss in the locker room
Mhm.
more than on the ice, but he was a kid that everybody gravitated towards, was buddies with everybody, and always had something smart to say. So we're obviously happy he ends up playing NCAA hockey. It's where he belongs after spending a good portion of his junior career in the NA. So we'll miss him for sure. We'll miss him putting the puck in the net and doing something a little ridiculous afterwards, and we'll miss him cracking jokes in the locker room.
And with seven players moving on to college, what is going to be the key to maintaining that success and kind of maintaining the culture as well with all these new players that you'll be having on your roster this year?
Yeah, I think it's staying focused on individual development while developing as a team. If you do a good job developing your players as individuals, it normally means your team's better. So we want guys to come in here and get better, strive to get better, and have goals they're working towards versus guys who are, let's say, just taking a year off and then going to school. We want guys who have something they're working towards. That way, when they come, they're ready to put the work in and do what they're asked of. So, culture wise, if it's gotten to a point where if you come here, don't fit in, or you're not the right type of person, you usually weed yourself out. So,
Mhm.
the kids usually do a good job of taking care of that and making sure everybody knows what's expected of them. And then from there, sometimes you get some bad eggs, sometimes you don't, and you deal with whatever you have to deal with on a year-to-year basis.
And when we look at your Fraser Cup run that you had this season, you guys had fans coming out to St. Louis. What does it mean to have the community support that your team does have, and knowing that a lot of these people still stay connected with the players, throughout their lives?
Yeah, no, we're really fortunate to have um, back to another consistent part of kind of our organization. We're really fortunate to have kind of a group of people that love us to death and will basically go to the ends of the earth to see us play and to connect with our players. So it definitely makes everything we do a little more special and a little more meaningful because we want to perform for them and put a good product on the ice so they have reasons to cheer and be loud and have fun.
And when we look at your roster for this upcoming season, are there any players that you have returning that you're excited to see step into bigger roles? Maybe that's in the locker room or on the ice or both.
Yeah, I mean we've got guys up front. Like Eli Tiernan comes to mind as a kid who kind of played a little bit more of a depth role last year and is going to be thrusted into a position where we're going to rely on him to play a little more offense and be a guy we lean on in all situations. And then on D, we have a local kid, Reese Gronseth, who took a lot of good steps last year, and I think will just take off running. And then we have a kid out of North Dakota, Mason Ray, who's a bigger guy and kind of a physical presence for us. So we're looking for him to kind of steer the ship that way and be a guy we can lean on that defends really well while also sprinkling an offense on D. So, and then from there, hopefully we get one of the goalies back because they were both really good. But
Mhm.
no, we're happy with the group we have coming back and excited for some of the new guys coming in as well.
And as we look forward to the future, what do you think is going to be your biggest goal for this group during the 25-26 season?
Yeah, I mean our group to group, our year to year, our goals don't really change a ton. We just kind of have different ways of getting there each year on a year to year basis. So goals to win the West Division regular season, win the playoffs, and hopefully go down and win the Fraser Cup. That's a goal every year. It's three steps that if you complete all of them, it's a pretty darn good year, and that's what we shoot for every year.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you so much for hopping on this call today. And I think everyone is excited to see what the West Division brings this year.
Yeah, so am I. Thank you for having me.